It's about how to keep yourself is about how do you make it big, okay, in the world of business. Now, who does not want to come to this? Everybody who's come here worth his salt, right? He's here because they want to make it big. Everybody comes with a big dream. But what happens between the time they start the business is about the vision, the mission, the big goals. What happens in some time? I'm going to tell you something. Life happens. And entrepreneurship, as I always say, is a brutal game. It's a tough game. It's very easy for anyone, any person, is not right or wrong. It's very easy for anyone to lose their drive and motivation with all the challenges which comes across. Nobody on this planet is, what I say, challenge proof. Anybody can break down. And to be honest, one more thing, that being an entrepreneur is a very lonely job. Very lonely job. You are the leader of the environment. Everybody relies on you. Everybody looks up to you. And that's the reason why it's so very important for you to keep your motivation and energies super high. Super high. Not just high, super high. So that you can lead with power and confidence. And yes, there will be some issues. Always, there'll be situations, there'll be people who will test you. And sometimes God sends them for you to learn a lesson. How strong you need to become, how powerful you need to become, how energetic you need to become, and how careful you need to become. And how visionary you need to become, how you should be able to see long-term distance. That's why situations people come. And will keep coming until you learn the lesson. So you can lead with power and confidence. If you follow a few things I'm going to share with you today, you can. And I always say, anyone you can. You know, long time back I'd coined program, I don't do it, program, which I used to title it as anybody can earn. And I truly meant it. But I don't mean it that anybody can earn just like that. No, that's not the thing. Anybody can earn, but for that, you have to follow what I'm going to teach you today. And if you do this, then anybody can earn, not without. Remember this, not without. So today, I'm going to break down a framework, right? That will help you to keep yourself in a high motivation state. Not only today or few days, but for the rest of your life. Understand in detail about certain ways the human psychology works and how you can become a master of it. You can. I promise you, what you learn today, and if you choose to apply what you're learning, if you choose to work on yourself, you will become a master, right? And you will become unstoppable. And you will become that commando which is sucked and which can walk through fire if need be, give people hell if need be, and be focused on the results and get it home. You know, you can do that. So today we will talk about that. So be ready to learn some very powerful rules, some very powerful tips, if I may say so. I would call it mastery tips, if I may, right? Five very, very powerful mastery tips are coming your way. And if you keep it together, oh my God, you get results like crazy. Okay? So number one, do not let your mind become your enemy. Now what do I mean? I've written a book on this. The book's title is Your Mind is Your Enemy. So how do you safeguard yourself with your own mind? Let me explain that. The biggest issue arises in our life is not because the actual event which go wrong. They become big issue because our mind makes it so big. That's why I call your mind is your enemy. Now you tell me, okay, your mind is designed to keep you safe. Yes. This has been its role from several thousand years. Human mind has been evolving, but the main function of your mind is to keep you safe. Now that doesn't mean every thought that it will give you will make sense or make you feel good. It's going to make you shit scared also. Your mind is designed to keep you safe, but it will give you all or any thoughts which will lead to your safety at cost of everything else, including growth. The moment anything goes wrong, smallest, your mind will say, boss, don't do this. Get out of this. Leave this. This looks like a problem. It will confuse the shit out of you. Lead an ordinary life. Why do you take so much of pressure in life? Why do you take so much of trouble? Now the trick here is not to fall prey to your mind. See what happened. I was telling you before only. These all things are risky. Never to be done. Who has done in your family? You don't have the ability. You have never learned that. You were so happy in that teeny tiny struggling job. Why do you want to do this? It's going to make you feel, oh, look at that. Now if this doesn't get solved, then what will happen? And that a doomsday scenario. मतलब कल सब नष्ट हो जाने वाला है, पाताल खंडर फरेक हो जाएगा सब, पानी बह जाएगा सब जगह. You know? Don't fall prey to your mind. Things become an issue because our mind makes it a big issue. And sometimes it makes it, not sometimes, most of the time, it makes it big issue. You know why? Because it wants your attention. You're only focusing on that. That's what your mind wants. Instead, I'm going to give you a tool. Free. Now what's the tool? Be smart. You try this and you see the results and you can then come and tell me later on. You try this, what I'm teaching you. Instead, you be smart. Handle your mind's inner voice. You know, the inner voice is always there. Handle your mind's inner voice. Tell your mind these following things. If you wish, you can write down. No problem. Okay? If you wish, you can write down how to handle your mind. You can tell your mind this. I understand the risk. I understand the pressure. Thank you, mind. And I will find a way out. The moment the thought comes, you say, yeah, I get it. Don't try to ignore. Don't try to get involved. You tell yourself, you tell your mind, I know. I know this is a challenge. I know this is an issue. I know I have to handle it. I know the risk. I understand the pressure. I'll do it. I'll find a way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Outsmart your mind. When your mind plays game with you, play the game back. And then sometimes becomes too much to handle, right? For some time. That time, get busy. Get busy. Involve yourself into activities where you will not have time to focus on those thoughts. Temporary solution. Start reading books. A lot of things are there. Going through some trainings and learnings. Connecting with your friends and family. Working aggressively to find a solution maybe. And if you can't find a solution yourself, find people who can find you a solution. Once you put your focus on these acts, you will not get time to doubt yourself and you will not think of any negative consequence and you will not get scared and you will not back out. You will stand through and say, okay, let me find a solution and keep telling your mind, thank you for sharing. I know it's a challenge. I know I have to resolve it. Don't think kuch nahi hota. Say, I know I have to resolve it. I have to find a solution. I will. Trust me, I will. Trust me, I will. You don't worry, Munna. You don't worry. I'm handling it. Keep saying, keep repeating. I know, I understand, it is an issue, I will solve it. I have the confidence. Either I'll find a solution or find people who can give me solutions. We will solve it. We will solve it. You pass day by day until you really solve because nothing, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Good times pass, bad times also pass. This too shall pass. If you go back and see the times when something didn't happen as per you wanted, you were panicking, but it was not that bad. It passed. See, now you're okay. So find a solution. Find a solution. You can do whatever you want. You can say yes also, you can say no also. You can go also, you can not go also. Up to you. But your mind is your enemy. You need to handle that. No panic, no issues, no stress. We'll find a solution. We'll find a solution. Number two, second way, second technique, very powerful again, right? For long-term solutions, build a motivational lifestyle. Your lifestyle itself should be motivational. The problem is motivation requires constant doses to be injected, which means it cannot be an event in your life. It has to be a lifestyle. It's the way you live. It can't be कि आज मैं जा रहा हूं जरा मोटिवेट होके आता हूं फिर मैं अपने इसको कुछ दिन चलाऊंगा. No. It cannot be an event. It cannot be like every year, one day I will build my motivation and then do stuff in life. It doesn't work. It has to be a way of life, which means it should be involved in your day-to-day, and then you only have to become an owner. And if you are not motivated, you will not make money. Simple and straight. If you want to make a lot of money, you need to be motivated. No doubt. Now, what are the ways you can do that? I'm going to teach you some skills, some tools. Start implementing in your life. Start building this. Like, here are some examples. Do your affirmations. I'm a multi-millionaire money magnet. I'm thinking of ideas bright and fast, becoming a millionaire quick and fast. Whatever. Make some taglines, make some quotes. Do your affirmation every time, 1,000 times in a day. You tell yourself, I am getting here, I am getting this. I am getting here, I am getting this. I am getting here, I am getting this. Keep yourself charged. Motivations send a message in your subconscious mind like, I'm a multi-millionaire money magnet. Money flows into my life like a river. I always have enough for whatever I require. Motivation. Drive yourself. कोई नहीं आएगा तो एकला चलो. Right? That's called affirmations. Subconscious way, keep sending messages. Your subconscious will start getting reprogrammed. You'll feel lesser fear. You'll feel lesser alone. You'll feel lesser stress. When things don't go right, you have affirmations to help you, but you have to do it daily, not when it goes wrong. Study people who have made it big in spite of challenges, immense struggle. There are so many. Read about them, watch about them. Do positive visualization. Visualize yourself next year down the line. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm having this big office. I'm having these many branches. I'm having this much business. I've got these many clients. I've got this much money. I've got this much team. I'm serving so many people. I've got so many happy clients. Think about the future. Do goal writing. Very powerful. Do goal writing. You guys need to make a note of all this, right? You'll not remember. So affirmations, reading stories, reading watching stories, people who have made it big despite of struggles. Positive visualization, number 3. Goal writing, number 4. Going through your dream list. If you prepared a dream list, go through it again and again. Going through a vision board. Make a vision board and put somewhere on the wall. Watch it. Get inspired. Every day it's like the vitamins you're having every day. No nurse will come and give you this vitamin of motivation. Or no doctor will come. You have to take it yourself. Prepare your vitamins. Take it every day. You stay healthy. So, these are the ways you can do it alone by yourself. Make motivation a lifestyle. All people do it, by the way. Some people might find like, ऐसे करना होता है. All successful people do it. All. They all have affirmations. They all look at success stories. They have got very powerful positive visualization. They always do their goal writing. They go through their dream list. Most of them have vision boards. Either online or offline or physical or whatever format. Whoa. It makes one hell of a change. Then you are unstoppable. Then nobody come and stop you in your tracks because you truly become internally powerful. Number 2. Number 3, even more powerful schedule. Create a high productivity schedule. Now remember, you want to be motivated, you should be producing results. Right? Nothing will motivate you more than you achieving something each day. रोज कुछ ना कुछ अचीव करोगे ना तो अंदर से आग ठकाठक सारे बर्नर जलते रहेंगे. और गैस में 4 होते हैं ना, चारों जलेंगे. All the burners will be burning because now you're achieving something every day. Make daily activity and make a system where you can check it, tick it, be happy, be excited about it. High productivity schedule. Have small wins every day. Now, that will boil down for you to have a rock solid day plan, which most business owners don't have. They go there and then they start fighting fires. That's not a day. You're not a firefighter. Which means business owners, you need to get your priorities right. You have to have focus or goals for the day. People don't have. For example, number one, create your to-do list every morning. List down the tasks which you want to complete for the business to grow faster and better, long term. End of the day, make yourself accountable. Now, this will always keep yourself high energy, high motivation. Ticket, yes, I did. Yes, I did. A happy person is a busy person. Now, I don't say get busy in different other people's role. Get busy in your role as a business owner. You're not a manager. You're an owner. You need to behave like one. Don't start doing everybody else's role to be busy. Don't start handling sales and operations yourself to be busy. That's a mistake. Does not work. Vision, new planning, strategies, right? Improving people's performance, coaching them, guiding them. That's your job. Be busy in that. Doesn't mean you start running and doing sales because you're a business owner. You shouldn't be doing that. If you're doing that's a mistake. I always tell people, you dig yourself into a hole where you can't come out if you start doing other people's job. You must have people to do different stuff. You should outsource, you should collaborate, you should hire, and then you really grow. Then it takes time, but at least get the map in your head. Without map, it'll take forever. Remember this. A lot of people say, "Abhi to sir mera itna chal raha hai, abhi to main kisi ko hire nahi kar sakta." Fine, but get a map. Maybe you can do it 3 months down if you have a map. If you don't have a map of how your business will grow, then there is no hope. Not today, not tomorrow. To develop a map. Number 4, way to keep yourself motivated. Choose the right content to consume. Now remember this, guys. Whatever you consume is what you become. People who talk nonsense, who are reading nonsense, watching nonsense, their mind become nonsense. World has got so many ugly things, so many negativity around us, right? From economy going wrong, people losing job, pandemic, sickness, poverty, corruption, and whatnot. Now, either you do something about it or don't read it. Simple. It's not helping. You're not helping anyone. You're not getting help. But the kind of content you consume online or anywhere else has a deep impact in the way you think and act. Whatever you consume, you become. Never forget that. Whatever you consume, you become. So avoid all the content that will increase any negative element in your life, including people also. I'll talk later. Right? Right from newspaper, television, social media, choose only the content that drives you forward. Anything that drives you backward, run away from that. Delete those people, ban those pages. Whoever is driving your negativity, not towards your goal, remove them. Nation does not want to know. It's about your life. General knowledge is enough. You get newspaper, read 5 minutes. I get 2 newspapers. I finish in 15 minutes. 2 newspapers. 20 pages each. I'm not looking for what's not working. I'm looking for how we can grow. What is working? What are the growth patterns? Where exactly the life and the business will grow? I'm looking for that. You understand what I'm saying? Big difference. Big difference. Change what you consume, right? It's a very powerful thing. Okay. Number 5. Oh my God, if I can talk about this whole day, whole night, still it will be less. Power of association. Now write this down. Your closest 5 people whom you talk yap maximum. Your closest 5 people are either causing your growth or causing your degrowth, because your financial success is average of the 5 closest people in your life. If you remove your mom, your wife, maybe, otherwise whom you speak with maximum. These are the people who will cause. If they are Rondumal Tripathi, you will become Rondumal Tripathi. If they are bright and shiny and going towards something, you will become bright and shiny and you will also go towards something. Remember this. It will either make you or break you. As a business owner, do not talk to people who are nonsense. People who are not talking about growth oriented. People who are not talking about ideas. People who talk about people and people who talk about situations. Run away from them, and you also stop doing that if you're doing. Don't talk about people. Don't talk about situation. Talk about vision. Talk about solution. Talk about growth. Talk about making it happen. Focus there. You've got limited time on planet Earth. All of us are going to go one day. Whatever time is remaining, focus on that. And there will be some nuisance people. Ignore them, bless them, send them off. Just bless them. Ja. सिमरन जी ले अपनी जिंदगी, okay बाबूजी, gone, shoo them away. They're not worth it. You see where their life is going, how much chicky. Do you know that if you become that kind of person, every organ will become toxic? Every organ, every thought has an impact on some one or other organ. Your body is retaining the it's retaining. You don't want such people, you don't want such situations, you want to stay away. Make sure is the best say. I always say, your tribe talks about your vibes, not wives, vibes. Whosoever is your tribe, whosoever you're spending time, that will determine what kind of vibes you have, what kind of focus you have, what kind of energy you have. Deep impact the way you behave and act is because of the people around you. Right? Now, one of the best ways to associate with people who are driven to move forward in life. Maybe if the professional career or personal life or anything, who are driven, moving ahead in life, who are breaking through barriers and obstacles, you will become that kind of person who believes that this kind of stuff is positive and happens. Be it in masterminds, go to communities, go to forums, which will keep you in high energy zone, high in motivation and spirits. Not the other spirits, mental spirits. That kind of zone, you become a rock star. And if you apply what I'm sharing with you, you will lead a great life and you will keep yourself in high motivation. And you will achieve more success. So before I go, I would like to share a story. I always do that. Do this sharing it, always tell the story to people. Just imagine there is a what do you call chula or a bhatti, a stove, coal stove, right? And there are many coals which are burning inside that stove. Many coals are there, right? And if you remove one of the coal and put on the side for some time, after some time, if you go and observe that coal has become thanda. Thanda matlab Coca-Cola. Thanda ho gaya, khalas ho. Now this coal which was burning bright here, you just put it outside, it became cold. Do you know why? Because it lost its environment. It was drawing energy from inside, but it was drawing big time from the environment also. If you pick up the same coal, remove the little bit of ash from it, put in the center of that bhatti, that coal stove, put a little bit of breeze, it will again ignite. Ignited life. It will become an ignited life once again, and this is exactly the same thing which happens to people. When you bring back into great association, they suddenly start showing, oh my God, बोले कभी लगा नहीं तो ये ऐसा है और ये तो गजब निकल गया. उसके अंदर था एसोसिएशन ने अनलॉक कर दिया. तो या एसोसिएशन गलत चीजें अनलॉक कर देती है या सही पावर अनलॉक कर देती है. दोनों पावर है हम लोग में. We have the power to make ourselves very successful. We have a power to destroy our lives also. Because it is about your free will. Destiny is how you use your free will. You define your destiny. How are you doing it? What kind of association do you keep? How exactly is going on for you so far? And if you choose to change these things which I'm sharing and shift it the way I'm telling you to do, oh my God, results will be massive. So, what are you going to do? So, I would want you to write down, what are you going to do? How are you going to make you sure that your mind becomes your friend? How will you build a motivational lifestyle? How will you create a high productivity schedule? How will you have the right content to consume? How will you get to right power of association? Which all things you would like to do in your life from today? Not tomorrow, because tomorrow something else will happen, your mind will go somewhere else. What would you want to change? What would you like to evolve from today onwards? I would like to know from you. So I want you to write that down so that you can always go back and check. So very quickly go and write down what did you like the most here and what would you like to implement from this in your actual life. Go ahead, write down. Right? Ayush, you can take over.
All right. So Amit sir has given you a beautiful framework on how, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you keep yourself motivated, you keep in the high energy zone so that you're constantly doing some stuff, you're constantly achieving results, And that's an important element, as he said, that, being an entrepreneur is a lonely job. I mean, a lot of people rely on you, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you keep yourself in a very high energy zone. You keep yourself in a very high spirit. You keep yourself in a very high motivation state, so that you can come across as a leader that people can rely on, and most importantly, you can keep going forward. Because being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, we come across challenges on a daily basis. I mean, every day there is something that we're trying to fix. There's something that we're trying to shift or make it work, and it requires a hell lot of energy. It requires a hell lot of internal motivation in order to succeed, and that's one of the make or break factors. As important your strategies and your systems are, as important as your frameworks are, as important as all these external elements are, equally or rather more important is that you build yourself internally strong, is that you have an internal compass, you have an internal focus on keeping yourself motivated, on keep moving forward. So that's an important piece, and that is the reason we wanted to bring up this topic to you, that this is some framework, these are some ways and some methods in which you guys can keep yourself motivated, and I hope we could give you some value. What I'm going to be doing now is I will be sharing a question, a Google form with you. This Google form, you can ask questions related to any aspect of today's session that we've talked about. So we've talked about that as a business owner, how do you keep your motivation high? What are the ways and what are the methods that you can use? What's the framework to keep that internal energy high? So I've posted a Google form in the chat box. You can check the chat box, and any one of you who's got any question regarding today's topic, any confusion about any framework, any element, how to apply it, what to do about it, any challenges you're facing keeping yourself motivated, please feel free to ask the question. I have given you the Google form. Quickly fill up the details, and I will start answering the questions, and I will see to the best that we give you some solutions. All right. So move forward, check your chat box. I have pasted the Google form a couple of times, so that by any chance, any one of you might have joined in a little late, still don't miss it. You can ask the questions. All right. So we've started getting some questions. So after a while, motivation goes down. What to do? Exactly. You're absolutely correct that motivation requires a consistent injection. Right? It's like you need to. It's like taking a shower. Every day you require that. That is the reason. If you look at the framework number 2, the module number 2, we've talked about that you need to build a motivation lifestyle. Motivation जो है वो एक event नहीं हो सकता है आपकी life के लिए, क्योंकि now that I have, now that it's Tuesday and I'm attending the business knowledge session, so that is the reason I'm going to be motivated. No, it has to be a lifestyle, right? You have to create environment in your workplace, in your life, that keeps you in a very high motivation state. That is the reason we told you that, you got to make sure that you do your affirmations, right? I'm sure you were there when Avinash was talking about, all of you guys who've been in the program. So you got to make sure that you have those affirmations with you, right? Reaffirming your beliefs in your subconscious, so that you keep yourself in a high spirit. Make sure that you keep reading, content, stories of people who at certain point of time were in struggle and they've reached success because they were going through the same challenges. The reason is you will be able to find a lot of relatability of their challenges, and you will understand what differently did they do, what decisions did they took, which led them to this success, because they did clearly something different. And most importantly, you will find that all these people who are facing challenges somewhere in their point of life, they did not lose faith in themselves. They did not lose the motivation to do what they started off. So reading those books will really help you. Visualization is an extremely important tool. People do not understand the power of visualization. Visualizing the results that you want to take out of your business or your life is an extreme factor to create motivation, right? Writing up your goals. This is one thing that we always recommend to all the business owners. Write your goals. It could be as short as the goal you want to achieve in a week. It could be the goal you want to achieve in a month. It could be a goal you want to achieve in, say, 3 months. Now the best practice would be you get a yellow paper, you get a yellow notebook, use a red pen. Now there's a science behind it. That's the color that gets stuck for the longest period of time in the brain. So you got to use a red color pen, you got to use a yellow color notepad. And what would be a good choice is you start with your monthly goals. And every day before you start your day, you got to make sure that you write your monthly goals at least 7 times. That okay, it could be like, thank you God for helping me achieve a revenue of say 1 crore in the month of February 2021. That's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is how you start. So you start your day with a goal so that this becomes a habit. The idea is to stay motivated. You cannot be doing it on an event basis. So you have to build a lifestyle. You have to use certain methodologies which will keep you in the right format. That is why affirmation is important. Reading stories is important. Read stories in the sense books, right? Success stories of people, right? How did they come across? Then positive visualization is important. Writing your goals is very important. If you've got a dream list, which we urge you to have, right? That what all things do you want to achieve in life and all different areas, right? For your family, for yourself, for your finances, for your health, for your spirituality, for your community. You got to write your goals. You got to write your dreams. You got to go back to your dreams. They will motivate you. They will keep you in the right track. You have a vision board, right? So these are the ways in which you got to keep yourself motivated. All right. So again, sir, I cannot continue to motivate. Some days I'm high, some days the energy is less. Well, that is the reason you got to build a lifestyle. Use these tools. Affirmation is a tool, right? Goal writing is a tool. Visualization is a tool. Reading books is a tool. Use these tools on a daily basis. Do not do this as occasional activity. The more consistent you become, the more consistent your energy is going to be. Okay. Superb. All right. So next is how to deal with self-doubt, how to take more independent decisions. Good question. Well, see, understand. You've got to understand one thing, that at the end of the day, you can never know whether something is absolutely right or absolutely wrong. We are not God, right? We are not a higher power. We don't have the ability to see the future, and we don't have the ability to see the repercussions or see the consequences of future. But what we do have is we can always understand what's the benefit and what's the loss. And we always tell people that if you want to make a decision, simply take a pen and paper, put a line across, look at all the benefits of taking this decision. If you take this decision, what are the different positive changes that it will bring in your life? If you do not take this decision, how will it impact on a negative way in your life? Look at both the elements. Wherever you see that, okay, it makes sense that I should take this decision, then move forward, right? You got to believe yourself that you have been given capabilities, you've been given skills. It's all right. And most importantly, I'll tell you one thing. Self-doubt comes from a fact that you don't want to fail. That's the inherent feeling that really makes you scared that, okay, what if I fail? So I'm doubting myself. I'm questioning myself that, okay, are you really, do you really want to do this? I mean, do you think you're qualified? Do you think you're ready? Is it the right way to do about it? Are you sure you should not ask anyone? Well, the mind is going to give you all these questions because it wants to keep you safe. And the mind knows that if you will go forward and take a decision, if by any chance you fail, it's going to tell you that, see, I told you. Now you're going to feel bad about yourself. Now you're going to feel pathetic about yourself. Now the only way you can deal with this is you got to rid yourself from the outcome. You cannot judge and take a decision based on an outcome. You can simply say that, okay, I understand I've been given this opportunity. If I take this opportunity, these are the benefits. If I don't take the opportunity, these are the losses. I feel the benefit is higher, so I will take this opportunity. It's all right. The end consequence, I'm not considered about it. And I am okay if I fail because that's being part of life. You cannot be afraid of being failed. The more you fail is the more you'll understand what went wrong, and easier and faster you'll understand that you'll succeed. All right. So you got to make sure that, that's the underlying thought behind self-doubt. So get out of that zone of that what if I fail. It's all right. I mean, people fail every day. Even the brightest and the smartest of people fail at something at some point of time. So it's all right. You gotta get out of this. The moment you get rid of yourself from the fear of failing, you will see that you will get a lot of boldness to take decisions. Then you'll not really be afraid to take decisions, because you'll actually take decisions on the merit of the opportunity, which is the right way to go about it. I mean, at the end of the day, no one can tell you the outcome of a decision until unless you're God or like some higher power. So why you know why get into the zone of what if I fail and all that, right? I get motivated sometimes, I get distracted. So please tell me, what's the way to be always motivated? Well, that's the framework that we've given you. Simple framework, right? Number one, you got to make sure that you don't make your mind your enemy. You got to make sure that your mind is your friend. You got to make sure that you acknowledge all the challenges that your mind gives you and tell them that it's all right. I understand you want to keep me safe. I understand the challenges. I understand the stake. I understand the pressure. I can handle this. So don't make an enemy of your mind. Make sure that you have a motivational lifestyle. Can't have motivation as an event. You can't be relying on Tuesday sessions with Amit Parekh sir for motivation. I mean, that could be one strategy that yes, I come here and I interact with these people and I see that there is so many things that we can do in a positive way. That could be one good strategy, but that has to be one of the strategies. It cannot be the only strategy. It cannot be an event. Motivation has to be driven on a daily basis. That is why I've given you a simple tool, right? We've given you simple methods. Use affirmations, read books, use positive visualization, goal writing, go to your dream list, check your vision board. All these things are tools. They are simple tools which will keep your mental faculties in the right space. It will keep your energies in the right space and give you motivation on a day-to-day basis, right? Now, next question is, we've talked about power of association. Are we talking about people who have big influence on us and those people who should have positive minded people, or we are talking about people with whom we spend maximum amount of time but not necessarily influence us? See, the people you're going to spend a lot of time will by default on a subconscious level will have an influence over you. The way they feel about things, the way they feel about life, the way they feel about money, the way they feel about success, whatever their thought processes are, somewhere in a larger scheme of things, if you're spending a lot of time with them, you will on a subconscious level attract, and you will on a subconscious level accept those. And that is the reason we say that the 5 or 7 people you're spending the highest amount of time in your life, you will see that the average income that you have, the income that you have is an average of all these people. So the idea is that you got to make sure that you increase your fish tank. You start connecting with people who are driven for success, who are moving forward, who are fighting this battle, and who are winning and moving forward and consistently defying the odds. Because what's going to happen is you will start also adapting the way they think. You will start adapting the way they see the world. See, it's all about how do you see the world, right? So you got to make sure that when we talk about power of association, you have to find your power of association. Your family is there for support. Your family is there to help you. That's all right. That's a very good thing. But apart from this, you've got to find out a power of association, which is a community or a set of people or a mastermind or a mentor or a coach who is constantly pushing you towards success, who himself or themselves are constantly driving towards a goal. They are not people who complain. They are not people who crib. They are not people who give excuses that because of this situation we are in such a big mess, or because of this consequence I'm losing this, or because of this human being I'm not able to achieve this. Who do not play the game of blame, but they understand and they take ownership that yes, okay, this didn't go well. What do I do to fix it? Okay, I can do this. They do shit and they get shit done. So you've got to make sure that you have such people who are constantly moving forward and they are doing better than what you are. You can't be the best in your circle. Understand, that's where you stop growing. If you in the circle of your friends and family, or in your entire social circle, if you are the best, then you got to start finding a bigger circle. Because then who's going to push you? We are human beings, understand. People and connecting with people in those experiences drive us to do better. Otherwise, it's very easy to stop and enjoy, or rather suffer. We don't enjoy much because most of the time you're firefighting. So it's very easy to stop and you're like, okay, you know what? All of these are also in a similar situation. I mean, what's the problem? I mean, how am I different? I mean, it's all right. It's the reality for everyone. It's not a big problem. But the moment you see someone else, you're like, oh my God, this guy was also in a similar situation, but he did not give a shit about it. He kept on doing, kept on doing, kept on doing. And today he's much better. He's doing so much better and he's in such a better space. And it's not his reality. And that's when you think that, oh, it's possible for me as well. The only way you can open the door of possibility is when you associate yourself with people who've done it. That is the reason they say that you got to find out people who've already done what you're looking to do and then learn from them. Right? That's the idea. Can you give some motivational taglines to keep myself in a positive, and also what small project for daily examples? Okay, so we're going to give you, don't worry, we're going to give you some, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some affirmations, right, which is given by one of our mentors, right? His name is Avinash Anand Singh. He's an extremely intelligent human being who understands how to drive your energy. He's someone who's been recognized by Forbes, and he's a part of the Forbes Coach Council. Very few people who've been given that title. And so you've got a set of affirmations which I'm going to give you, which is a very powerful set of affirmation which talks about, you know, that I am the soul, I am the truth, I'm a multimillionaire money magnet, money flows in my life like a river, rains on me like a waterfall. So you know, these are positive affirmations which really rewire your brain. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to tell it to my operations team, and they will give you the PDF of this affirmation list. And my recommendation to you would be that you use this affirmation every day. I mean, when we start our day in office, that's the first thing that we do. We start our day with affirmation. Number 2, we write our goals for the month. Then number 3, we do a positive visualization that, okay, how amazing it would be when we achieve that goal. You know, you get into the reality and the state of it. That, okay, you know what? How amazing it would be when we achieve that goal. I mean, how would be the feeling? How would we feel about it? How would we think about it? What would we do? Where would we go? Whom do we talk? Who will we call? What will we tell them? How will we celebrate the success? All these things, when you run this through in your mind, it will charge you like hell. And then you're ready to start off your day. So a good schedule could be, when you start your day at work with affirmation. Number 2, do your goal writing. Number 3, do your visualization. And then if you feel at any point of time you're feeling low, again do the affirmation at that point of time. The moment you feel, oh my God, my mind is now playing tricks on me, open up your affirmation list. I'm going to give that to you. Don't worry. I'll give you the PDF. Open it up. Start pumping the affirmation. It's going to immediately sort your energy back. What is the 6th framework? Well, it's actually a 5-step. By mistake, they might have given you the 6. It's a 5-step framework. Okay, hold on. We've got a couple of more questions. Okay, I joined late, but my energies are not certain. When sales are good, I stay high and do many things. But when sales are down, I'm worried and don't use the free time constructively. Moreover, struggling to make goals. And when I make it, I don't work on it. Not even finished my couch first form fully. I stay demotivated of not doing things and feel guilty and most to say but don't know. Well, you've got to fix your lifestyle first of all. Okay, number 1 is that, you know, your energies are driven on sales. You got to dissociate your energy. You got to understand it's a part of the game, right? It's business. It's going to be up and down. It's going to go plus, it's going to go minus. As far as you've got the right systems and strategies in place, you will figure the shit out. Don't worry, we're there to help you with this. But keeping your personal energy in a very high, very right zone is also very important. And for that, you got to do certain things. I mean, you have to consciously take action to keep your energy in the right space. So as I said, using affirmations, using your visualization, writing your goals is something that you have to do sacrosanctly. Like, there is no two way about it. There is nothing, at no point of time you can lose it. That has to be done. Now, that's one part of it. The other part is you also have to understand that in your head, you have to find out a way that how do I connect with people who are doing good work, who are moving forward, and how can I make sure that I spend more time with them. And trust me on this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest factor of impact that will shift your results. I mean, we talk about learning systems, we talk about learning strategies. It is important. Please don't get me wrong. It's extremely important. Having the right infrastructure in your business, having the right management framework in your business, having the right magnetic strategies are really important. But as a business owner, to keep you guys in the same level of energy, to keep you guys on the right energy level, to keep driving you, to keep pushing you, it's equally important to be a part of a community, of a mastermind or a coaching process where you're constantly with people who are all driven to move forward in life. I mean, imagine how amazing it would be that you are a part of a community where a lot of people like you are there. These are all business owners, these are all people moving forward. They are all facing challenges, they're all somewhere stuck, but they are all maintaining their energy and they're fighting towards moving forward. They're constantly looking forward, how do I move forward? And simply looking at their sheer effort, connecting with them on a level that, okay, these guys are still doing it, will by default imbibe a lot of energy in you. Understand, at the end of the day, we are human beings. We are driven by being connected with other human beings. That's a part of who we are. That's what our reality and our framework and our designing and our DNA is. And that is, we got to use it for our leverage. We got to use it in the right way. That is the reason we say that power of association is extremely important. Who do you associate with will tell a lot about you as a human being. We say that a company that a man keeps tells a lot about themselves. That's exactly. So the people you're going to associate yourself with will have a very high impact on the energy level that you are carrying forward. If you've got 4 friends who are doing very bad in business, they are constantly irritated, they're constantly disappointed, they're constantly cribbing about how bad the economy is, how GST is completely ruined the way they do business, how there are no policies for support, how the government is not supporting them, why there are no subsidies. And that's the only garbage that you're putting in your mind, because these are the only people you're associated on a longer level. Imagine the impact it will have on your energy. It's a very simple science. You got to immediately disassociate with these people. So I'll tell you a very simple example. I don't remember where did I see that, but this is an Indian actor. I'm sure all of you must have known his name. His name is Anupam Kher. Okay, very good actor, amazing work he does. And I was looking at one of his interviews. Okay, and he said that, when I was starting up my career in the industry, I used to hang out with a lot of these struggling actors. And we used to go for chai and all and chill out and talk about our career. And all these guys, all of them used to talk about, I've been in the industry from 10 years and I'm still struggling, and it's a very bad industry, and money is the only thing that works, or you should be, you need more connections, good people. And every single one of them is like, one is telling I'm here and struggling from 10 years, the other is saying I'm struggling for 5 years, someone is saying 20 years. And he's like, I went for a couple of meetings and then I started realizing that, I've also started cribbing about all these things. I've also started seeing that, okay, I'm not getting this opportunity. Okay, I'm not getting this thing. Oh, this is not working for me. And suddenly it struck my mind that if I keep sitting in this company, if I keep associated with these people, probably 5 years down the line, I'm going to be the person who's going to be saying the same story. That, I've been struggling for 5 years. And the moment I got that realization that, okay, I don't want to be someone like this, I don't want to be, someone who's struggling for 5 years, I immediately cut myself off from such people. I stopped going there. I started spending my time more productively, started reading more books, started working on my craft, started working more, looking for work more aggressively. And that is the reason something shifted. Now imagine, this is a successful human being who's giving you the mantra. He's telling you that your company is really important. That is the reason power of association is extremely elemental when it comes to your success. Good question. How does one become detached from the outcome? Failure can be disheartening at times. I agree. I did not say that failure is going to come easy. I'm not saying that failure is not going to break your heart. I'm saying be okay with it. Be okay that it's all right. It might fail, and I am a human being, and it's all right. That's the only way you can detach yourself. Because at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge one thing, that you are not the smartest human being on this planet. Let us be brutally honest with ourselves. And that's how we do it. All of us in the organization, we are very honest with each other. We understand that, okay, you know what, we'll try this thing, we'll get into this, we'll give our 100%, but we are okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we do understand that it might not work. I mean, it's all right. We'll move on. We'll try something else. We'll understand that, okay, this didn't work. That means it gave us an understanding that this is not working. Something else needs to be done. So the reason is that somewhere, understand, somewhere in your mind from your birth, through the education system, we've been given this subconscious belief that only success matters. Only success is what you need to thrive for, which is all right. But what they don't tell you is that you also need to make sure that you learn from your failures. It's important to fail, because you'll never know, how good success is. In fact, I'll tell you, I think this is what happens in British Army. Whenever they're hiring or whenever they're trying to promote someone on a leadership position in the British Army, they look at their entire work history. And if this person has never failed, they never give him the leadership title. You know why? Because they say that this is a guy who's never failed in his life as a soldier, but tomorrow, if he's going to go and be a leader and he'll be leading 50 or 10 or 20 soldiers, and something goes wrong in the mission and he feels that he's failing, he will not know what to do. And if he does not know what to do, then those 20 men are dead because of him. So for you to become a leader in the British Army, you've got to have failure in your resume. Can you imagine it? They're hiring people who failed. You know why? Because there's someone who's failed is also someone who'll understand how to figure the shit out and then actually make it work out. Then they groom them to be leaders. That, okay, you've seen failure, now we're going to teach you how to learn from those failures and then be a leader. That's what you got to do. You got to understand, failure, what we assume is, failure is the end of the line. No, my dear friend. Failure is not a full stop. Failure is a comma. It's just a feedback. Failure is telling you, bro, you did something wrong, fix something, then try again. That's it, as simple as that. Don't worry, you're going to get the book. Absolutely. Next is, I don't take action and life doesn't move and feel really bad and guilty. I absolutely agree with you, my dear friend. That has been reality with all of us. We've all been a shikar of procrastination, not taking action, not being proactive, and down in our heart, we know. You know what happens? That's the one thing that Amit sir has taught me really well, is that you got to take your ownership. It's very easy to blame. And most of the time, rather than being brutally honest to ourselves, we blame everything outside us. Because the strategy was bad, the market was bad, the business idea was bad, my partner was bad, right? My family is not supporting me, people are not supporting me, my team is leaving me, I don't have the right people. Every possible outside reason you can find out to make sure that you put it not on you, but on anyone else, that this is the reason you failed. But you know what? It takes hell lot of courage to say that, you know what? It's my business or it's my life. I am not achieving the results that I should be because I am not doing enough. It's on me. It's my ownership. I am not taking enough efforts. I'm not taking enough action, and I got to stop doing this. Otherwise, the time is very short. I will not know when it's gone and it's going to be too late. So the only way you got to do is, number one, be honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself. That yes, I am the one who's screwing my life, no one else. Probably they might have a little, probably outside elements might have 10% of the reason. You are 90% responsible for your own failures. So until as you don't fix that 90%, nothing else will work for you. So the first step is acknowledge. Step one is, yes, I acknowledge and I take ownership that I am not taking the action that I should be. Next step is, okay, so what do I do? How do I design my day that I take more actions, that I do better than what I did yesterday? Only simple parameter is, were you better than yesterday? Did you do better than yesterday? Simple benchmark. If this is what you've achieved yesterday, could you do better? Then could you do better? Could you do better? It's a work in progress. Unfortunately, there is no formula which I can give you that today you're not able to achieve anything and tomorrow you have this formula and on day 3 you're a multi-millionaire. Nothing. Never gonna work. There's nothing like this. It's always a work in progress. Step one is realizing that something is wrong with me or something is missing from my end, acknowledging it, taking ownership, and then taking small steps each day to fix it. That all right, I understand I don't take much actions. What can I do today to don't feel like this? What action can I take today so that I don't feel that I didn't take action? Same thing tomorrow, same thing after, same thing after, same thing after. And over a period of time, over a couple of years, this will become the natural way you function. So that's all. That's how you do it. All right. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We had some beautiful questions, and I think we got really deep in understanding how we work and really connecting well on what needs to shift internally. And the idea here is that, Amit Parekh sir always tells that, it's because of the businessman that the business is, right? धंधा जो है वो businessman की वजह से है. धंधा है इसलिए businessman नहीं है, right? So somewhere we have to make sure that some internal strength is designed to keep you guys in power. And that's the whole objective of doing everything what we do. External support, internal support, make sure we make you a rock solid human being, a good human being, a positively driven human being, and a successful human being. And it's such a beautiful thing that the moment you will start shifting these smallest of things within you, you will see that a lot of things outside you will shift by default. Right? So this is what I wanted to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope I could give you some insight, some help in being more proactive, in being better than who you are today. And we're going to be seeing each other very soon. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.